Welcome to the 8th oldest stadium in the country, Vaught Hemingway in Oxford, Mississippi, home of the Ole Miss Rebels, where the fans never lose a tailgate and don't plan on losing the game today. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the New Mexico Lobos, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Rebels will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So New Mexico's offense takes the field. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy they can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to do that. It makes it easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
That had to be a coverage bust because there's no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen.
Hit the afterburners, kid. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They're going to ride this running back. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. To the air, it's Flagway. Slings it downfield. Touchdown, New Mexico! Then they strike first. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense will go to work for the first time today. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay, it's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality, let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
Catch in the middle, it's White. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. He'll come out throwing on first down. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
No, it wasn't an interception, but a lot of times tips and deflections leads to interceptions. Great job by the defender getting his mitt on the football.
Feeling some heat. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
Man, this home crowd was so jacked up, so excited to finally get the football after giving up points on the first drive and having to be quiet. Now they're quiet again. How about the defense coming in here, shutting this crowd up early and doing their job?
Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Let's see what the Lobos offense has dialed up this time. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Holds and fires complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They ran it on first down, now on second. Looking to throw, it's Flagway. Fires downfield. He caught it!
Wow, that's a really nice catch, especially considering it comes from a running back. Quarterback's got to do a better job being more accurate with that. You got to know he's not a receiver, right? It's not his natural form. They don't make awkward body catches as gracefully as some of these other guys, and sometimes...
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Lobos!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And the returner will be brought down. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Fires left. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And here comes the offense on second down. That's the end of the period, and New Mexico has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. To throw, it's Howard. Quickly out to the tight end. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. The Rebels want to move quickly.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
That's reeled in. It's Jones. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. That last completion sets him up on second down. He wants to throw it again. Takes a shot. Makes the grab. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. This offensive scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it on first and goal. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. And the D deny them on second and goal. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. He'll keep it himself. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You can see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger race. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
They'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Syracuse is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Ernie Davis among the legends to wear that uniform. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to FIU. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. It's Lagway. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. And the Lobos have it with a 1st and 10. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They're bringing heat. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, and they corral the ball, so they avoid the turnover, but man, did they lose a chunk of yardage. So let's see if they can make up for that loss on 2nd down from the 18. He's looking to throw. Scrambling away. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The give to the back. Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37. Ran the ball on 1st down. Let's see what they do on 2nd. Back to pass. It's Lagway. It's complete to the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Lobos in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on 3rd. Gets open down the middle. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down. It'll bring up a big decision. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. A field goal try would have been a 51-yarder. They'll opt instead to try to move the chains on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll down. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Let's see what the Lobos offense has in store. Looking for room. It's Hudson. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. And the Lobos have taken it inside the 20. They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. He makes a grab. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. The Lobos trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete. He was looking to the end zone and trying to get 6. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, New Mexico. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. From inside the 10, here he comes. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Oh, I thought he was taking that all the way, but they stop him at the 7. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Fires to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and now they'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. A little over half a minute to play before halftime as they take over 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He lets it fly. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
On the run, still looking. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man,
he's got it on the left. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. And the Lobos have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He's looking to throw it. Going for it all. And he's got it inside the 10. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. They'll immediately call timeout. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. To the air, it's Lagway. Pocket starts to collapse. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Lobos!
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, tough to beat the pageantry and tradition there today in Oxford. And it's pretty clear the defensive game plan through 30 minutes has been just try to hang on and hope for the best against these electrifying quarterbacks. Whether it's throwing or running, they've dictated how this game has gone and maybe made those defensive coordinators question their career choices. Going to be fascinating to see which defense cracks the code. And with that, let's head back to the Grove and our fellas at Vaught Hemingway Stadium.
The Lobos will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. NC State delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the ACC. Trust me when I say the party is on in Raleigh. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Line gets set, 1st down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Makes his connection.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Scanning the field, it's Lagway. Throws for the tight end. Pulls it in. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one. The tackle is finally made. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Up-tempo for the offense. Running behind that left side. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback checking off. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Makes the grab over the middle. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. And the Lobos are marching down the field. Going up top on first down. Complete to the right. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. Fans are bringing the noise on first and goal. Coming after him. And they get... and knock him down back at the 16.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. First down, goal-to-go situation, you cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone.
And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still third and goal. He's looking downfield to throw. He's got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, New Mexico. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
2nd and 10 here. Looking to throw, it's Howard. Unloads it left. That is just a sideline clinic. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. He was not going to be denied, discarding tacklers, running behind his pads, and finally down at the 40. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Grabbed in the middle, it's Jones. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Quick strike complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection, nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Getting some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy. And because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find...
And the ball is intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Turns it on in midfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
47-yard run. 1st down for the offense.
Might as well give it to him again. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And he's done everything for this offense today, running the football, so much so that he's now got 98 yards rushing. We're in the 4th quarter. One more carry, and this guy could eclipse the 100-yard mark.
Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Steps away to find some room. He looks that one in nicely. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there. A similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They're still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the score.
Still on the 35-yard line. They'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Quickly complete. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
My old coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Throws toward the end zone. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity for the offense.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a double? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. If backups are on the field, they get an opportunity to run your playbook. So let them do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's White. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Looking to throw it again. Pass on the way. It's picked off.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
He'll turn it loose out to the right. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. The Lobos look to do some damage in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Trying to get to it. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Working the middle of the field, he knew he needed to rock it. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Quarterback checking the play. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. They'll play it safe and try for 3. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. Good right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little far. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Appalachian State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Kid Brewer Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. They're trailing by 11 to Indiana. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay up with it.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level than next time.
They're trying to get to it. Got his man down the middle. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Trying to find his man on first down. He's open on the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
The sure hands, it's Williams. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. And the Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Fires to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. He's got it on the move. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air, it's Howard. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Oh, what a move! And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle. A nice job by this offense, continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Lining up to add another. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the...
He wants to go deep. He's got it inside the 15. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Lobos. Back to pass. Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. They add on to the end zone, and it's picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. On second down, he'll fire. Pressure coming. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
They'll use the running game on first and goal. Touchdown, New Mexico! And the route is on. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Corners are going to bail. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
After this, it'll be a wrap. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And he gets his own fumble back, perhaps a frustrating end to a frustrating result. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.